Hi, this is Abhishek Sengupta. We are on with our series Business and Takeaway. And in this episode, we are taking up a very interesting topic. What makes a company struggle? It's going to be an interesting one, so be with us till the end. Now, favorable time and difficult times of a company are quite common. These are bound to come. These are indispensable times. So it is important for us to know why exactly such difficult times come. But I'll tell you something, these difficult times are the part and parcel of an entrepreneurship journey. No one can avoid those. So it is important for you to know fully why such kind of situation arrives and why such kind of situation is indispensable. So knowing the factors will help you to understand the situations well, and knowing this will make you face the situation in a much well organized way. So let's see. Number one is wrong product strategy. Now every company makes either product or delivers service. So product or service is a very vital factors of a business, because a company gets paid because of its products or its services. But the real problem comes when the product strategy goes wrong. Now it is very interesting to know that why such kind of strategies go wrong. There could be various reasons for that. It could be because of the low quality or degraded quality. It could be because of the lack of proper marketing activities. It could be because of low demand. It could be because of change of customers' preference, etc. etc. So it is important for an entrepreneur to keep a check on the product and the services. Many a time, even after making a fantastic product, the product doesn't go well in market. So this calls for a proper R&D, a proper feedback analysis, or a thorough study of the product strategy. Now, if the product strategy goes wrong, obviously the product is not going to move in the market. So this will lead to low sell, this will lead to the lower revenue, this can even lead to the lesser profit or even losses. So the product strategy is important. So you have to keep on modifying the product. You have to keep your product adaptable as per the customer's preference or as per the market needs. So product strategy is important. It is something which we cannot miss. The wrong product strategy can really play havoc for a business. So work on the product strategy and make sure it doesn't go wrong. Next is wrong growth strategy. Now growth is something which every entrepreneur plans for. I must say growth is a phase of blessing, but the growth has to be properly planned and properly strategized. Now if the growth strategy goes wrong, this can really lead to a disaster in the company. Remember, every growth requires an allocation of resources. This could be the monetary resources, it could be the time, it could even be the various non-monetary resources in the company. So it is important for everyone to plan for growth in a proper way. Now, if the growth strategy goes wrong, what happens? It eats up a lot of resources. It could be monetary and it could be even non-monetary resources. In case of wrong growth strategy, something which gets affected immediately is the cash flow. The cash flow getting affected is a dangerous proposition. This might lead to a negative cash flow situation. That means more amount of cash going out than it is coming in. Now this situation is pretty difficult to handle. It can even lead to various financial strains in the company. So right growth strategy is important in business. Next is wrong operational strategy. Now operation is a very vital phase of business. This is the phase where the product is generated or the services are delivered. So it is important for everyone to make this process or this stage absolutely seamless and well planned. We must know that operation requires allocation of resources and flow of cash. If the operation strategy goes wrong, then allocation of the resources goes for a waste, as well as the cash gets burned. Now, there could be various reasons why this strategy could go wrong. It could be because of inefficiency, it could be because of improper planning, it could be because of low quality of products or services which are produced. wrong technology selected, it could be because of manpower issues, etc. etc. So it is important for an entrepreneur to make a right choice before entering the operational phase. At times, it is recommended to loop in various consultants or professionals to determine what is really required or what can be best suitable for the operational phase. If it goes wrong, the product and services which are produced too gets affected. This can really have an impact in demand, it can have an impact in revenue, etc. etc. Overall, the company might suffer because of this. Next is wrong sales strategy. Now, sales is the backbone of any business. Without the backbone, the business cannot stand. So, it is important for a business founder or an entrepreneur to plan the sales strategy in a proper way. If the sales strategy is not planned in a proper way, definitely the sales is going to have an impact. And with the sale having an impact, revenue will get impacted too. And this might lead to an impact on profit and other related factors. So, sales strategy of a company has to be a proper strategy, well thought strategy, well tested strategy, and it has to be a very, very dynamic strategy. The strategy which worked a couple of years back might not work today, as well as the strategy which is working today might not work in future. That's because the customer's preference change, the market conditions change, regulations change, etc. etc. So it is important that we must plan the strategy in a proper way. In case the strategy goes wrong, the backbone of the company is bound to get affected. As a result, company might lead for a collapse. So improper sales strategy is one of the blunders a company may do at times. It is always recommended that in case you are not well versed with the sales concept, you must get an external help or an external consultancy to cover up the weakness you are having. Once again, sales is a backbone of any business, and the backbone has to be planned and made well. Next is wrong HR strategy. Now, human resources is one of the best and one of the biggest asset of the company, but we must always note that human resources is a very, very sophisticated resource. This is because each person thinking is different, each person's mindset is different, each person education is different, expertise is different, as well as their expectations are different too. So handling human resources is one of the toughest tasks an entrepreneur has to face. So, handling human resource is one of the toughest tasks in the company. The human resource strategy of the company has to be made in a very, very well thought manner. This is because the right human resource strategy can lead to wonders and vice versa. If the strategy going wrong, this might lead to an unrest in the company. This might lead to lower efficiency, discord in the company, etc. etc. Now, every factor leading to human resources will have an impact in short run as well as in the long run of the business journey. So it is important for you to plan it well. Improper HR strategy is a blunder and it can lead to the downfall of the company. Next is wrong customer handling policy. Now, customers are the king, and king have got a lot of choices. So if your services or your products are not good or not acceptable to him, he has got a lot of choices to move on. We are now in a free market where the products and services have got many sellers. So if a customer or the king is dissatisfied with a product or a service type, he can always take the next option. Now, this is important. Why this is important is that if the customer keeps shifting from you, your sale will simultaneously go down and leading to a low revenue. Now, you have to keep a very, very close track on the customer feedback. If you find the feedbacks are getting negative to a huge extent, immediately you have to rework on your product strategy, your different sales strategy, etc. etc. But still, You have to engage with your customers more to find out what exactly went wrong, and immediately you have to take the steps to rectify those. It is said that the first symptom of company's degradation is the negative customer feedback. This leads to the destruction of the company, or rather I must say it marks the beginning of an end. So remember, customer is the king and you have to serve the king well. So a proper customer handling policy has to be in place in your company. Now, if it is not there in your company, the company is bound to struggle at a later phase. Last but not the least, wrong financial processes. Now, finance is a very big support for a company. Now, nothing moves without the proper financial resources or the proper monetary resources. So it is important to have the proper financial processes in place. Now, why the financial processes are important in a company's journey? The reason being is that the financial resources keep the other resources of the company. If the financial resources are not well organized, then the other resources of the company, may it be human resource, may it be assets, everything gets affected. A company must have proper financial processes. This financial processes should be closely monitored every time on a periodic basis. Now, if anything going wrong, financial processes must trigger an alarm. Okay, this is process A is going wrong or process B is going wrong, and immediately corrective measures should be initiated. So these processes act as a real nerve point of the organization. If the nerve point or the nerve control point is not proper, the other processes might go haywire. So the financial processes of a company must be well planned and well executed, and proper monitoring is important. Now, these 7 points are the major reasons why a company struggles. So if an entrepreneur takes care of these 7 points, he can prevent the struggle phase from coming, and even if it comes, he or she will be able to handle it properly. So keep an eye on these 7 points. I'm sure your entrepreneurship journey will be good. That's all for today. If you have any question, please write in the comment section below. Now, if you got a value from this episode, please like, share and subscribe this. That's all for today. I'll be back with many such episodes. Till then, stay tuned, stay connected. Have a great day.